What is up, guys? In this video, I'm going to be showing you head to toe how I was able to generate upwards of 200 to literally 200 to like 450 appointments in the form of consultations for a gym that I am working with. And when I mean gym, I mean this could be applied to any sort of health studio, chiropractor, physiotherapy clinic, gymnasium, any sort of personal training studio. This can be applied to it. So let's kind of jump into the first question about what is list reactivation? What is database reactivation? So a lot of the times people will have maybe an email list, or people may have a past member base that they just haven't fully tapped into yet, or maybe it's just sitting there dormant and they haven't used it in a while and it's kind of just sitting there, right? Past clients, current clients, just kind of people kind of mushed into one spreadsheet. And you have the spreadsheet, maybe it's anywhere from 1,000 people to 10,000 people. And this is what we are using. This is what we are using to get these people in. So how does this work then? So we're taking these people who know about your gym, right? They've interacted in some way with your gym before. Now, all we're doing is we're taking this list and we are reactivating them with an offer. So I want you to imagine a bunch of fish that we released back into the water, right? You know what bait works. You know how to get them back on your hook, right? You just need the correct bait. And that's the next step. So now you have your offer. So we started with the front. So what is database reactivation? It's basically just reactivating a list of said people. Number two is, how does this pretty much work? How do you get people in? Well, it's all about the offer, right? And this is what I'm going to get into here. So if you can see on my laptop, there is basically a small branch here. So a lot of people, if you go onto their database reactivation videos, they will do something like, oh, this branch connects here, and it'll be like a multi-variable complex structure that literally goes on for like hundreds of possibilities, just so that maybe they can save like 0.001 of a percent, but the time it actually takes to set up was not worth it at all. So this is what I want you to think. If your offer is good enough, it doesn't matter how complex your structure is. It doesn't matter how deep or how many diagnostics you run or how many branches you do. If your offer is good, people are going to want that offer. They're going to want to take you up on that offer, right? It doesn't matter if you do it through any sort of vehicle, if you do a follow-up system. If they see the offer, then that's what should basically tap in to the said desire, right? Let me give you an example. Let's say I was giving away a Porsche, free Porsche. That's a great offer. Who wouldn't want a free Porsche, right? Does it matter? Would it matter if I knock on someone's door and I say, hey, I'm giving away a free Porsche, here are the keys? People would be like, awesome. Let's say now I called the same person's house and, hey, I'm giving away a free Porsche. I live next door to you. Here, the keys are out front. Just go check. You think it really matters? The offer is still amazing. They're going to take you up on it no matter what. So I want you to think in terms of this, to not make it so complex, and think simplicity. Lead with simplicity. So I try to lead with as much simplicity as possible. Some people might try to flex about their huge structure, but I try to make it as simple as I can. So I always start with my first and main offer. So in your location, in whatever you're doing this for, if you're an agency, if you're an agency, if you're actually a gym, or if you're actually a health clinic, I want you to think about the offers that you've used in the past. So maybe it was a giveaway that you've done. Maybe it was some sort of, maybe you do free consultations. Maybe that free consultation, you do like some sort of EMF work, or maybe some body fat assessments that you can leverage as an offer. Maybe, yeah, giveaways, supplement giveaways, something along the lines of that you've done in the past. So in this case, we were giving away a free month. So to give you an example, this is just the example of the gym that I literally just did this for. So, hey, it's Leo with King's Fitness. We're giving away a free month full gym access. This is only for the next 3 days. So let me know ASAP. Reply yes if you want this. So again, is the copy that complex? No. But what is the copy leading with? The amazing offer. And this is the entire point of this entire video. It's don't worry so much about the little stuff, worry about the offer. So the offer is great. It's a free month. Who doesn't want a free month? So we're giving away a free month. This is only for the next 3 days. So I added a little bit of scarcity on top of that, only for the next 3 days. So if you want it, like let me know ASAP. And I always would recommend that you include the contact first name. So we've all gotten those messages where it's like, we've all gotten those messages where it's like some spammy text message from like some Somalian pirate, I'm sure, and it just doesn't look good on their behalf, and it doesn't look good on your behalf, or it doesn't feel good on your behalf. So try to make this as personalized as possible. Making it personalized is definitely a way to lead. And lead with your offer, and then get into maybe some form of scarcity to add a little bit of a time limit to it. If there's no time limit, people will take as much time as they can to take you up on that offer. And then a CTA. So how do I actually claim this offer? Simple, reply yes if you want this. Simple, okay? And then if you go to the next branch, basically what I did is I added a conditional branch. So if the contact replied, which they did, and the replied message contains yes, then it branches to this. So I did a wait timer. So if basically they respond, it goes through. But if it doesn't, it waits 2 days and goes to the other branch. So if we go to the yes branch, then basically it says, awesome, I got a voucher with your name on it. One of us will be in touch with you ASAP. Feel free to give us a call if you'd like. Cool, simple. So what that does now they've opted in, right? Now they've opted in. Next branch, they don't respond. So I hit them with another SMS, basically saying, hey, today's the last call. It's the final day to claim the free month. So you see what I did before with the 3 day. Now, 2 days later, it is the last day. So if you want it, let me know now. And this is where a few people actually will sign up. So it's good to have just one extra step down. 2, you're getting into very micro percentages, which is not the best. So let's keep rolling here. So today's the last day. Reply yes, and I'll get you an ASAP. Thanks. Then if they reply yes, cool, awesome, got a voucher with your name on it. Same thing as before. And then this is the final step that kind of makes everything really easy. Really easy. So when that contact tag says yes and it sends this message, make it so it creates an opportunity. Okay. When you have an opportunity in your pipeline, how it pretty much works is you have your pipeline. So my pipeline name is cold to hot. And you basically create the opportunity to move to another spot in your pipeline. So let me show you what that looks like. So if I go to opportunities, all of the opportunities are in the opt-in, of course, because I just launched it. When I basically go through and the list gets reactivated, it's going to add the people that respond yes to the first point of contact. So when it goes through and they say yes, the system is going to add, let's say, Tina to first point of contact. I hope you're following me here. Okay. And then once it does that, just as pretty much a cherry on top, that's when the person who's on your end or whoever's actually doing the follow-up to get them on the phone takes the first point of contact people and gives them a call, right? So actually calls them and gets them booked in. Sounds simple? Okay. In this case, we didn't have a calendar to run off of. Just letting you guys know. You can basically alter it so that you are CTAing a calendar directly. Espresso. So instead of saying, awesome, we'll get back to you, it's awesome, here's the calendar, book in for you. Still, people are not going to book in. There's going to be some people that book in, there's going to be some people that don't. It's a lot easier if you actually take charge and you get them on the phone. Reminder, health is a emotional game. You are appealing emotionally. You have to get them on the phone. You have to trigger a little bit of pain. You have to appeal to them and their pleasures. And you can't just say, hey, here's a calendar. You have to get to know them a bit. You have to get those feelings out, because we all know that one day people want to lose 30 pounds and the next day they want to eat cake. It's very, very dumb, in my opinion. So let's keep moving here. So once it adds all those people from the yes to the first point of contact, now we're starting to sift through all of these people, and we're starting to get all these people that have said yes into first point of contact. So now what do we do? Right? So just to show you guys something cool, what I did is I set up a Zapier. So how this works, I did this quite recently. So how this works is you can do this if you have Go High Level, which I recommend you guys to have for your CRM. If you actually want to do this, this is the platform to do it on. But how this works is I set it up so if my pipeline, which I showed you guys before back here, which is called cold to hot, if my pipeline moved the stage, moved a contact to first point of contact, so AKA Ashton Hunter, what it does is it creates a spreadsheet row in Google Sheets under a spreadsheet that I already made called Reactivation Leads with the name, phone number, and the email, which is also shared with anybody that you actually want to have these leads. So they don't even have to go in to the Go High Level CRM or the CRM that you're using. Does that make sense? So you're able to take these leads, put them in a sheet so that it's very easy for them, for you, for whatever to see. And it's a live sheet. Do you want to see that sheet? I'll show you it right here. If I come here, boom. Simple, right? We just launched this last night, so there's nothing in here. But as you guys can see, this lead sheet will be filled by the time we're done this. Awesome. So that is the process head to toe. I did it in 12 minutes and 31 seconds. Do I have any other points to cover? I do have a few other points to cover, and I'm going to cover them with you guys here. So, few broad things to keep in mind when you're doing database reactivation. Few broad things to keep in mind. When you're actually launching the campaign, when you've set everything up, you've set up your automations, you've set up exactly what you're going to say in the offerings, you set up exactly your offer, how the offer works, whatever. Once you actually launch it, you're not going to launch all of your contacts at once. And I'm going to tell you why. So if you take 3,000 people and you send them all a text message on the exact same day with the exact same offer, then what's going to happen is you're going to get 200 appointments in about 3 days, right? And between me and you, that's not fun. Let's be real. That's not fun. That you can't even handle that capacity, right? If you're an average size health studio. So what you're going to do is you're basically going to do something called the drip campaign. And it's very simple how that works. So what you're going to do is you're going to send anywhere, and I say anywhere, in the range of 150 to 250 of these messages every day. So you can set an option if you come to the actual campaign. So if I come to automation, and when you actually press publish, it basically, there is a drip. So I don't know how to do it unless I actually launch it myself. But basically, there's an opportunity to add a drip. So you only send a few every day instead of sending them all at once. Sending them all at once is hell. You definitely don't want to do that. It's possibly the worst thing you can do. So definitely only do a drip. And that's pretty much the process head to toe. So if you got any value from this, I appreciate it. If you were able to see how this could potentially apply in your health studio, if you have a list that's just sitting around, I'd recommend this to everyone, especially if you have a good offer. I would not waste your leads on this if you don't have a good offer. Your offer has to be something that if you ask 10 people, 7 are going to want to say yes to that. So what I would recommend doing, and I would recommend doing this for almost every offer that you're launching in general, is go ask 10 of your friends who have not already signed up with your gym or signed up with your health studio and say, hey, I have this thing that I'm offering. Do you potentially want it? Right? If 6 to 7 don't say yes, then I would scrap that idea for this specifically because, Facebook, you're getting new leads, you're getting cold, you're tapping into a cold audience. With this, you're tapping into people who are already native of yours, and it's kind of an all or nothing ordeal. You don't want to keep hitting them with spam messages over time and months and months and months because it kind of just sucks and it ruins your brand reputation. So what I would do is I would just do it once, maybe even once every 6 months is kind of my time frame. Once every 6 months. I've seen some people who've gotten away 3 months, which is not that bad. And like I said, do it and test that actually people have interest in it. Make sure the offer is good. In this case, it's a free month. So like people are going to want to take up that offer. Like just thinking myself, like I want that offer right now. Right. So it's quite simple. Make sure that offer is there. Make sure that offer is enthralling. And that offer is going to lead you in this campaign. And just final remarks. We've all seen people who we've opted into or we've got text messages from, and it just sucks, right? I'm just looking at my phone here right now. Like I can read out a few of them that just totally suck, right? And they're just spammy. They send you messages like once every 3 days, and it's just like it's horrible and it feels spammy, and you just want to you want to have nothing to do with their brand after that, right? So instead of thinking about your offer and all of this now, I want you to kind of think very from a macro scope and also be thinking, okay, what does this do in terms of brand reputation? Does this diminish my brand? Does this help me out a little bit? So if you're not moving closer to making your brand more solid, then I wouldn't even recommend doing this in the first place. And in my opinion, all that comes down to is simply just volume. So keep the volume low, send that 1 to 2 text messages, and then kind of leave it at that. Don't do crazy follow-ups and this like 3-day wait window, which just it's spammy and it just ruins your brand. So this should be something that solidifies your brand, makes you better, right? Gets people in for that offer, they like the offer, and that's pretty much it. So if you like the video, please leave a thumbs up. This is the process that I use on several gyms. I specifically work with personal training studios and gyms, so I do this all the time for personal training studios and gyms, and it's a very easy way to get several leads through just a list that's honestly sitting dormant. So if you want to reactivate leads that are sitting dormant, follow this process. I believe in you. If you follow this head to toe, you're going to get great success with it. And I appreciate, if you made it to the end, I appreciate you. Thank you.